All right, good evening. We will get the meeting of the Amherst Energy and Climate Action Committee underway at 6:38 p.m. on the 12th of February. And where is it? I was gonna read at least. The Energy and Climate Action Committee shall guide the town in meeting its climate mitigation and resilience goals. And if you want to see more about what we do, there is a lot of description on the Energy and Climate Action Committee site on the amherstma.gov system. You can search us out and find us there. First up, we will choose someone to take minutes. And I think I was scheduled to do it this week, but I probably shouldn't if I'm trying to sit as chair. So volunteer to take minutes.
Sure, I can do it.
Okay, thank you, Michael.
Yep.
All right, then let's take a look at the minutes from our last meeting, the 29th of January, and do a quick review of those and then see if there's any changes, amendments, and then we should vote to approve them. So Stephanie, can you bring those up?
Give me one moment. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a technical difficulty here. Just bear with me.
All right. Hopefully, ideally, everybody, the committee members have seen the minutes and have reviewed them before the meeting starts, but we do like to display them for people who might be watching either live or watching the video recording at a later date.
I apologize, they're in, can you see them okay with the double?
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
I can read those okay.
Okay, great.
I'll just take a couple of minutes to flip through these, and if you have any suggested changes or questions, please shout out.
Good for me to advance?
Yes.
Okay.
On the previous page, I noticed Lori was mentioned by first name.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good catch. Okay, then, if people have had a chance to read that, or any other comments or questions or suggested changes, then can we have a motion to accept the minutes as they are?
Or as amended, sorry.
Oh, so, yeah, that's right, as slightly amended. This is where just one of you just has to say, I so move.
I so
Don't be
move.
shy. Wonderful, thank you, Caitlin. And somebody needs to say, I second.
I second.
All right, that was Andrew, thanks. Now Stephanie will take a vote.
So in no particular order, please make sure your microphones are not muted. Ruth,
Yes.
Kissing,
Abstain.
Davis,
Yes.
Lennon,
Yes.
McElrath.
Abstain.
Okay, minutes are approved.
Okay, very good. Next item on the agenda is to elect a vice chair. So how many of you want to be considered for vice chair?
Steve, if I could interrupt, I think we're going to actually continue this particular item till the next meeting.
Okay,
Don't have the chair and we have two other members missing and we're hoping that we can have more of a majority of the committee.
that
At the
is a
next
good
meeting.
idea. Anybody object to that idea? Just when so many of you are going to volunteer, I'm certain. Do consider, let me just put this little plug in, do consider becoming vice chair, working with Lori and Stephanie. I think it's a great experience and it's not that difficult. All right, let's see if there's any public attendees, and there are not on my screen. So we will check for public comment toward the end of the meeting. But for now, we'll move on to the next agenda item, and that's to review the Elevate ECAC event plan. And Tony, I
Sweet.
guess that's for you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the when to meet, which hopefully everyone got a chance to fill out. But honestly, where it is now is very good because we're gonna probably go with April 11th, that Friday. And Steve and Laura are the two that are available for that day. If anyone else wants to participate, of course, you're welcome to join. But from here, I'm just gonna let Elevate know that we're gonna go with the 11th, if that's okay with ECAC. And I'll follow up with Laura and Steve and through Stephanie on just more finer details of the event.
What's the time frame? Is that afternoon? It's like
Yeah,
4
3 to
hours?
4 p.m.
Okay. 3 to 4, 1 hour?
Yes. Yes. Well, 1 hour is when it will be necessary to have you. The event itself will probably run 4 hours
Oh, okay.
from noon to 4.
So that's 3 to 4. Is that specifically ECAC
Yeah.
something or other? Okay.
Yeah.
Tony, I'm sorry, did you want a town staff presence or input or not? Is this more, which is fine. I'm just,
I'll leave that up to you. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'll leave that up to you. If you would like to be there, that's awesome. You're always welcome. And if you need to be there, of course, please be there. But I will not ask you to be there.
okay, I'd be happy to. So I just, you can always talk offline too.
I was
if you
gonna
have
say, yeah,
ideas
I'm
that
gonna
you
get in
want.
contact with Aaron, because it may actually be necessary for you to be there. I just don't
Okay.
know yet. So I'll check in and I'll get back to you. Thank you
Sure.
for the offer.
Anytime.
And Tony, what's for that 3 to 4 p.m.? What's the format that we
Uh,
can expect?
I like a panel.
Panel discussion? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Well, can you accommodate more ECAC members if people
Of
check their
course, yeah.
calendars and sign up? Okay.
Yes. I will leave the when to meet available so everyone can see and have access to that in
Yeah.
terms of knowing who will be there on the 11th.
Okay. Yeah, I encourage folks to take a look at that date and see if it might be able to participate. And
You can also come to just spectate. It is like a open
Yeah.
to public
That-
event. So
great.
thank you,
Okay.
Steve.
Do you have more to tell us about the planning for that event?
No, we're just getting a date and people as preliminary steps. Now we can move
Okay.
forward on the finer details. Yeah, which hopefully by the next meeting I will have available for you.
Great. And is this going to be advertised to the public or mostly within the university?
It'll be advertised to the public as well.
Okay.
It will not be advertised to the public in what I will have for you in our next meeting, but there will be a general flyer and
Yeah.
publicity for it.
And be held at the UMass Student Center or?
Hotel, yeah, the top of the hotel. There's a room for it. I think it's actually the Amherst room.
Oh, that's a nice space. That's
It is. It's where we have all our meetings. It's fantastic.
beautiful views up there. I love meetings up there. Okay. Great. Thank you, Tony.
Of course.
Any questions on that event from other ECAC members?
I'll have one more thing. If anyone thinks of course, Steve and Laura can pick whatever topics they want, but if there's any topic that you guys find pressing within the Amherst area that, you would like to have presented to people in the academic sphere, I'd be happy to be that liaison and to ask a question or inquire about research on your behalf.
Okay. Let's see, next up is review of the draft letter regarding the UMass Amherst climate plan. We've talked about this at the last meeting. Laura had drafted a letter, was seeking feedback on it. We got some feedback, and I believe Laura and Lori made some revisions. And seeking here if there's any additional revisions or questions on that letter from members here today. Do we want Stephanie to vote to approve the letter as it is now? Or would that be better to do when Laura and Lori are back?
I think I would just wait till the next meeting. I don't,
Okay.
I apologize because I can't remember if Lori was wanting this to happen now or if it could wait for the next meeting. I almost think it could wait till the next meeting, and if not, unless anyone has any, I don't think it actually requires a vote, but you could just, if anyone has any concerns or language that they want to include or update now, you could do that, but otherwise, I think it could just go till the next meeting, and if it has to go out sooner, we could just sort of send an email letting folks know.
Yeah, I think we all had a chance at the last meeting to provide comments, and Laura had shared it even before that. So I'd say that we've given what we've got as far as feedback on it. And Laura had said at the last meeting that she figured it was done. She considered it complete.
Yep. I think
With, I think one or two minor edits. Lori added one or two minor things last time, but I think it's good to go. So I guess,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead and check with Lori when you can. And if it needs to go out, I think it can go out. If it doesn't need to go out, we could give it a more formal approval at the next meeting.
Okay. We'll make a note.
Okay. Next item is the Amherst Sustainability Festival, spring 2025, planning for that event. Is that you, Stephanie?
Well, it's me and all of you. So
Ah,
I guess,
course.
I know that Lori is, planning to have her heat pump coach booth there again.
Mm.
And I think maybe probably by then, Tony, you would have some training and can sit in and help Lori with that. So I think other than that, we're sort of open to things you all might want to do or provide. I know that we're going to have several initiatives happening. We've got the heat pump program will be launching in April. We'll have launched at the beginning. Technically, it's launching now. But I think people will be able to start having manual J's like around in April. So people could sign up now, but then they have to be reviewed and screened by CET to ensure that they've been doing their home assessments, their energy assessments. So we want to make sure that that happens first before they get their manual J's. So there'll be information about that, and CET will be represented at the festival, but it never hurts to have information at this ECAC booth as well. And I'll probably even have something at the town's booth. Valley Bike, we're hoping we'll have a presence at the festival, but if not, we still want to keep promoting Valley Bike. And then the other thing is Valley Green Energy. We also want to sort of do our best to encourage that. It would be great to have a computer at the booth to show the sustainability dashboard, to sort of show that off a bit too. I may or may not do that. I tend to be running around a lot that day, so it would be hard for me to like have a computer and stand there and do that at the town booth. So if you all would want to represent the dashboard, that would be great. But I think those are kind of the bigger initiatives that it would be really nice to highlight and feature and talk about with people.
Is Valley Green Energy gonna have their own booth?
I believe so. I think they are. I think we're gonna have a presence at the festival
Okay,
in some form or another. I mean, if it's not through our consultant themselves, I would think that local energy advocates will want to be having information about them, and I'll have information as well.
yeah, that sounds good. I think last time I was there, Lori was kept pretty busy at the heat pump coaching booth. And the people that I was standing with, we were able to answer some general questions and promote some general ideas, but being able, I think picking like promoting the heat pump program and the sustainability dashboard makes for two nice things to focus on. And then Valley Green Energy and the Valley Bike Program are things we can hopefully just point to other booths or have some promotion, but if people are really interested or have questions, they can go to the other booths. For those of you who haven't participated in this, it's a wonderful spring activity, a Saturday on the Amherst Common. Beautiful. It's always beautiful weather. And big present is it's a very happy time. And what we have done is we've had a booth and we take turns. We have a sign up sheet and members of the ECAC take turns for sort of staying at the booth for an hour or two during the day or three to help promote what we do. We also ask for some of us to help with setup and takedown. So we'll have at some point, we'll have a sign up sheet for those activities. But when I've done it, it's always a great time. It's fun to see various people around town. You'll have a chance to leave the ECAC booth and go and look at the other booths. And so it's a great opportunity to meet other people and have fun. So
We usually have great
we're not ready to
entertainment.
do, what's that, sir?
We also have great entertainment.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's usually music playing. Are we going to be far away from the music as possible?
Typically, yeah. Typically you're at the other end. Although the farmers market, now that the farmers market is on the common with us, they sometimes have music. Last year, I think when
Oh.
we coordinated it, they didn't because we did. So that might happen again this year. Otherwise, we might have conflicting music like from each end. Ours tends to be kind of quiet on our end.
Yeah.
You don't hear it so much. And theirs, I think, is I don't think they have like a big stage or anything. I don't remember if they just have like acoustic music.
Oh, okay. That'd be nice.
So.
We're not ready to actually like have a sign up for the day, sign up for ECAC members for time slots yet, are we?
It's a little early, but I think people should start thinking about when they can sign up, and it would be great if everybody took a slot. It really is fun. I mean, I know I've been doing this for a long time, but it's really a fun day, and there's usually a very, very good vibe around it. So I hope everybody will sign up and do at least even an hour will help.
What's the date?
It's the 26th. It's Saturday, April 26th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. is the actual event, but setup starts around 8 and then breakdown from 4 to 5.
Oh yeah, it's already on the calendar. All right, so yeah, you guys block out April 26th, Saturday, April 26th, and in a future meeting, we'll have a sign up sheet for activities and talk more about some of the specifics about how we can promote these things, the heat pump program and the sustainability dashboard. Okay, then we move into the education and outreach section. And Don Allison is not here, so we'll have to wait to hear about PACE developments until next meeting. How about Tony, coordination with local groups? Do you have anything to report there?
No updates. Everything's in chaos.
Okay. Chaos. All right. Lori's not here, so we don't have heat pump. and climate resilient schools. That's also Lori, so we'll have to wait for next week on that. That moves us to item 8, advisory and support. And the first item there, rental building efficiency bylaw. That is, probably we should strike that from the typical agenda. That there's not too much happening in that front, as far as I know.
Steve, there's a meeting that's coming up, but the meetings
Yeah.
don't happen all that frequently, so I am planning to attend the next one. It just hasn't happened yet.
That's the regional call. It's
Yeah,
tomorrow, I
the
think.
one that, yes,
The
tomorrow.
Equitable Rental Electrification Learning Group. Yeah.
So, so I will be attending tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I teach during that time slot, so won't be able to attend. Hopefully, we'll learn some ideas and strategies from that we can then implement around town. Next item is the draft solar bylaw, and I am not aware of any developments on that front in the last 2
There-
weeks.
There are no developments, although it is on so the CRC has moved their meetings to Thursday evenings at 6:30. And it is on the agenda for tomorrow evening, Steve.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And there is another community member who's been reaching out to me, Nick Shaw. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's or was a teacher for the regional school district, taught environmental science and has done some research. So he's someone who's started to be interested in the development of that bylaw and may possibly attend tomorrow as an attendee, but he's just another researcher, Steve, and I thought I might, he might be
Oh.
someone you might want to connect with at some point.
I'll do that. That CRC would be to 6:30 tomorrow. Is that what time they start?
6:30 to 8:30 p.m., correct?
Okay. CRC meetings are fun to watch. It's interesting to see. This is sort of the the sausage making of the town council, and I'm really impressed with what the level of detail that they go through with the solar bylaw. It's mostly what I've watched, but I've also watched them do some other zoning laws, and boy, it's thorough. They really go through and think about lots of different issues, and sometimes have long discussions and debates on what might be considered relatively minor details, but they're important things. So I encourage you to check those out at some point. You can
Is
just
that
hang back and
meeting
watch.
are those meetings only in person or do they
No,
do
they're only
those-
online.
They're only
So
online. Oh,
they're Zoom meetings like ours here.
Okay.
You can get the agenda off the town website. If you go to the amherstmad.gov and scroll down, there's a calendar. And if you click on the date, you will see the meetings that are happening and links to the agenda for each of those meetings and the Zoom link for those meetings.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
I will also note that the meetings are recorded. So if you wanted to go back and watch some of the previous meetings, especially where the solar bylaw was discussed, you could do that. Solar bylaw hasn't really been discussed, I would think, since November, maybe. So if you really wanted to hear more about the solar bylaw, you might want to go back to like the October, November meetings.
Yeah, there are dozens of hours of meetings on this topic that you could watch if you're so inclined. Okay, moving along the list here, transportation. Do we have any updates on transportation? Again, Tony.
No.
Okay. Then we're getting that regional and state policy updates. That would be Lori. That would be next time since Lori's not here today. And that brings us to item 9, staff update. Stephanie.
So a couple of things. As you know, I discussed that the heat pump program is launching. The press release will be going out, I think, hopefully by this Friday. CET has developed a website, which I checked out today. I think it's pretty nice. We will be holding 2 information sessions. I don't have the dates to confirm yet, but one will be in March. The other will be in September. And those will be outreach sessions for the community, that'll be held by Zoom. I'll be facilitating, but CET will be presenting. So those will be happening. They will have a presence at the Sustainability Festival, so it's great that we'll have them there. They'll be doing some flyer distribution as well about the program. That's going to be happening soon. I think once the website is confirmed, which really is pretty much, you know, almost any minute now, the flyers will go out, the press release will go out. And so what's happening, again, just as a reminder, is that for this month, the pilot is happening. So there's 3 residences which have signed on, and they're undergoing the, you know, the full program, full spectrum of the program, so that they can kind of work out some of the kinks with things. And then in earnest, things will be launched for residents in April. But people are encouraged to start signing up now early, as soon as things are announced as being launched, because they're going to want to make sure that people have done their weatherization and all of that, their assessment, energy assessment, prior to getting a manual J audit, which is part of the process. So the manual Js will begin in April, but people can start signing up now so that CET can start lining people up and making sure that they're set up to move forward with the program. So there's that. And then I think I told you that we had signed up for, or submitted our application to become a climate leader community. I know the application is being reviewed. I anticipate that we will get the designation, which is pretty exciting. And I think we're talking about what our first projects might be. And there's 2 pathways. One is for a study, one is for implementation of decarbonization measures, essentially installing heat pumps. But I think we'll probably be applying for an engineering study for town hall, might be the first thing we do. But we are looking to potentially also apply for Green Communities decarbonization funding for installing a heat pump at the Bangus Community Center to decarbonize that building. It just turns out that they're further along with some of the work that might actually make us eligible. So I haven't confirmed that 100% yet. At least that's what we've been discussed. So we've been discussing that as the next pathway. So, you know, it's exciting because building decarbonization is really starting to move forward, and that's, you know, yeah, it's really exciting to sort of even have those conversations around all of that. So that's it. Sorry about the background.
Oh,
That's
it's
all I have.
okay.
I'm gonna mute myself so you don't have to hear my family in the background.
Stephanie, can you repeat the name of the certification again, just for the notes? I didn't.
Sure,
I
it's
can't
the
remember
Climate
it.
Leaders Community designation.
Okay.
Great. And Stephanie, I think when the website goes live for the heat pump program, did you send out sort of a announcement to the ECAC members?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you'll know.
Okay.
You'll be made aware.
We'll hear you cheering.
Yes, and I'll very likely share the press release with you all, and all the information will be is
Okay.
basically in the press release.
Yeah.
So you'll have a lot of information from that.
And that might be as soon as the end of this week?
Correct.
Wonderful. Look forward to that. Great. Do you have any other updates?
No, those are kind of the pressing primary things at the moment.
All right. Anybody have questions on the updates that Stephanie described? Nice job then. ECAC member updates. Anybody have updates to share? Okay, no updates from ECAC members. Items for the next meeting agenda. We have quite a few things that are on the agenda that we bump to next meeting. By virtue of people not being present today. Elect the vice chair. Identify and elect the vice chair for next meeting, and more discussion of the Sustainability Festival. And updates on the updates that Stephanie shared with us a few minutes ago. Anybody have anything new to propose for a future meeting agenda? Okay, then we're moving on. We'll see if there's any public comment, and I do not see any public attendees in the list right now. Is there any other business that we could consider? Quiet group tonight.
It's.
All right, I think that brings us.
Snowstorm coming.
What's that?
Yet another snowstorm coming. I think we're
I
all
guess so, yeah.
bracing ourselves.
Sort of, sort of feels like when I'm talking to students and it's like the day before vacation or the day before big exams, everybody's really quiet in class. All right, then I think we're done with the agenda today. Anybody want to move to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Okay. Very good then. It's
I second.
6:10. Okay. 6:10 p.m. and we're done with our meeting today in record time. So we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Just heads up that I will not be at the next meeting, but you will still have the meeting. I'm just gonna get somebody from staff to get the meeting started, and then Lori will host and have control of the meeting, so. I'll be heading to Ireland. with
Oh,
my daughter.
nice.
Oh, fun.
Nice.
She's
Enjoy.
doing a woofing placement, so that's where I'll be.
Oh, interesting.
All right. Well, then safe travels if you're traveling tonight, tomorrow, or over the weekend. And enjoy the weather as you can.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Yep, safe travels, everyone. Bye.
Very good. Good night.
Thank you.
Night.